any choice that, and you didn't argue why you hold me that long.
Sorry?
Didn't you ask him, okay, Dr. Kim, I've been working with you since January, why are you asking me to change now?
Because I know exactly why he wanted me to change. Because he didn't want
Not
to.
presume, did you ask him? Presumption can be right, can be wrong, right?
Presumption can be right, but as well, we had a research going on. I started with something, and I showed him. He even bought the device for me, so we were getting along. And then he said, "I want you to switch over your research again." Like after 6 months.
And he didn't give you any explanation why?
No, he said the laboratory is mine. I put the money where I want, and I want you to switch your thesis.
So anyway, I'll meet with him as well. Then I'll report everything to the dean. A lot of the thing it doesn't make sense to me why this has happened, because I have supervised so many students, probably over 100 graduate students supervised in this university. It doesn't make sense all of this happening in this case, right? First of all, this is very weird.
Because I've seen a lot of offer letter also, and Dr. Das is right. It should mention this is your supervisor. But when I saw your offer letter, I was questioning myself to why it's just mentioned other.
I don't know, this is weird to me. It's not your fault.
It's not your fault. I'm gonna
You need to investigate. She's going to ask what does it really mean. Second thing is, I'm not sure why you and Dr. Kim worked for almost 8-10 months when you know that he cannot do the work what he has expertise on, and when he knows that you don't have that expertise to do his job. This is.
No, we could have worked together because the research we were doing about vibration, because I also engaged into that field with him. But then he said, I can't work on that, like after 9 months. So he started saying I could research whatever I want, but then he said, I can't research that anymore. So it wasn't my fault because I knew something. I'm, as I said, I'm the new guy here. I don't know anything. I don't know about bylaws. I don't know about the academics. I don't know about the dean office. That's why it took me so long to reach you. Otherwise, I would have reached it way
before. So 16
before.
October, you left. Did he pay you?
September 16.
Oh, sorry, 16.
Dr. Novak took over.
No, did he pay you any research extension when you were his student?
No.
So no other payment?
No.
So same thing with Dr. Novak?
No payment with Dr. Novak. I'm getting a graduate assistantship
I know
from the university.
Yeah, that
but
I know. But
those are other classes I'm taking. I was taking.
It's a lot of things, if I try to put together, doesn't make any sense to me. The two things happen. First of all, is a thesis-based program. From day one, you need a supervisor. Okay? That letter should say that, which doesn't clearly say that. It just says other. I don't know what the other means. Second thing is, supervisor should pay you because you're working for the supervisor. So it isn't. So there is no RA payment you receive from anyone, neither from Dr. Kim nor from Dr. Novak.
No.
So now what happening? So now, okay, I'll meet with him and I will try to set up a meeting with him. I'll meet with everyone before I say anything to you. I'm trying to collect the information. That's what I'm trying. So what happened to Dr. Novak when you went to September 16, right?
16.
So you lost like 9 months, right? Almost 8.5, 9 months. So when you went to Dr. Colin Novak, did you ask him why I'm referred to you, not why Dr. Kim asked me to work with you?
I don't recall if I asked him why I was oriented to get his supervision, but I know that Dr. Kim was under Dr. Novak supervision, right?
No.
in some way.
No, no professor is under anybody's supervision. No, that's wrong.
He's kind of the chairman from the.
That doesn't really.
So I have no idea why I was. But what I remember is Dr. Kim saying, you must take Dr. Novak, otherwise I will reject you as a student and you're going to be expelled from the university.
He said that?
Yeah.
Write that down. I'm gonna talk to him. He said that. I don't expect that me as a professor will say that. Okay.
So he said you've been expelled from the university?
Yeah.
That word expelled, you'll be expelled from the university.
If I didn't take over.
It's
with
not
Dr.
because of your performance. He's not happy with this.
No. He said you must take Dr.
So
Novak,
he
otherwise.
never give you a reason why he wants him to leave and work with Dr. Novak.
Honestly, to me, it felt like he wanted to do the most stupid research ever, because I try to engage into I like to go for very creativity areas, with a very high probability of to engage into the market, right? So I said there is this device that people use to carry heavy cameras around. We could use that for people without limbs, without members, that they could use to engage into other fields like trimming grass or harvesting fruits from trees and so on and so forth. I said that's a very cool idea, and he even bought the device for me. I can show you in his laboratory.
Okay.
But then he said, I wanted to switch over. I don't like that research anymore. And I said, what do you want to do? And he said, I want you to continue with the trimmer, but I want the trimmer to be flexible. I want you to build a rubber trimmer. So he wanted as I call it, I make fun of it because it was so ridiculous. I said, do you want a sausage trimmer?
Okay, those are the details. So you were working on a project which kind of you and him both agreed upon initially. Then he decided abruptly that he doesn't want to continue on that project, and you find another supervisor, and the supervisor is no choice other than Dr. Colin.
Exactly.
That's what is the summary, right?
Yes.
I'll talk to him about this, and he said that he will be expelled if you don't work with him. That's a very strong one. I'm going to write that down though, remember that.
Sure.
He said that he will be explained.
Yeah, I don't have any, I might have a recording of that, because after noticing he was...
You cannot record anybody's voice when out in this without permission. That's a violation, right? I cannot record anything. I have to ask you, do I have permission to record it? If you do, actually you will be in trouble, not me. So, no, I'm not asking for that, but I'm just believing on what people are saying, right? So, okay, so what happened with Colin Novak? So you went to him in September last year, 16 last year, right? So you decided a project to work with him?
I submitted the whole email to you from our conversation.
I try to understand all of this.
Because our conversation started with a seminar email where he said, he asked my name and said, I'm gonna make you a personal case. So he took it very, very personally. I don't know, he got offended by something I didn't do, and he said he would take it personally.
No, that's okay. That's fine. So
probably the first. I don't know when the first email was sent.
A lot of to read and digest.
I know. Just the date from the email.
It's very hard to
might be helpful
I'm trying to collect the information.
That's
okay. Good. You have all this recording.
But let's suppose in around July of 2022, we had this discussion because I got 4 minutes late to
Between you and Nova.
Yes.
No, you came to him in September. So how come it be July?
Because I was at the graduate seminar, I met him there.
Oh, okay. As a grad coordinator.
Yes.
Okay.
I got 4 minutes late, and he said, you won't sign the sheet because you got here 20 minutes late. And then he turned over and said to my friend, oh, that's bullshit. And he said, what did you say? So he started screaming, and he took it outside. He said, come with me. And then at the corridor right here in the middle where I have even an employee here from the university that agreed with me. He would be a witness if I asked him to.
No, I'm not a
So,
legal person. I'm not asking no
He
witness.
said, "You are a liar." He starts to scream here with me for no reason. And then Dr. Kim sent those emails saying, "You should send an email to Dr. Novak apologizing," and so on and so forth. He might fail you at this course, like threatened me of something I wasn't sure about.
So that happened before even transferring to Nova.
Yes. And then I was obligated to switch over to Dr. Novak.
No, you're not obligated.
That's how Dr. Kim posed it to me, right?
And so when you already had conflict with Dr. Nova, are you still working with Dr. Nova?
And then because Dr. Novak was actually the NVH professor, right?
What is NVH?
And noise, vibration, harshness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, noise.
Okay.
So I said, as Dr. Novak is the specialist from the area, I would rather even to exchange professor. So I submitted again to him, like, this is my research that I done back in Brazil. I researched train beams and so on and so forth.
Okay, if I was, first thing, I'm not saying you did a mistake. You can justify your case, or anybody can justify their views any way they want. So this is a red flag. When Dr. King said, "I do not want to supervise you or go and work with," what you're doing now, you should have done then. It would have been much easier to resolve. You know what I mean? So what you're saying, if that's the case, you should have stirred the pie then, saying, "Hey, I don't know, somebody rescue me." That would be much easier for you and us to resolve this, because it's kind of got so late now. I don't know how to resolve this case. If there is a way to do it, this we already spent 2 years, right? So now, what happened with Novak? Novak is not responding your email. I saw not.
So Dr. Novak,
Did he give you a project when you transferred to him?
so I submitted my research for my bachelor's thesis, and he said, "All right, that sounds actually very interesting." I have an email of him agreeing with the research, so I kept doing my research.
Okay.
And I asked many questions like, should I do this or that? And he never really went to reply any of those. He just, when I met with him in the corridors, he said, "Oh, I'm very busy. Sometimes I forget it. Sometimes I don't reply your emails," and so on and so forth.
So you moved to him last year September. Since then,
September 16.
16, you never really sat down and talked about the project.
Sometimes we sat down, but not because he has arranged any meetings. One of the terms I got the assistantship for his class, so I was his assistant. So I took some time to say, "All right, I'm gonna ask for guidance." So we sat together, but not really like for a very long time. I would just go and say, "All right, professor, I'm doing this," and he would say, "All right, keep doing," just pushing me away. Like,
You never asked research assistantship from any of those two professors?
well, I don't know how things work in here. As I said,
Okay.
I asked Angela and Dr. Minaker. Dr. Minaker, our first meeting.
I'm not blaming anyone. It's kind of very strange that after 1.5 years, still don't know if professor need to pay you for your research.
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense to me either.
yeah. And I've talked to his other students. They are working with him, and they all said, "No, we work with Dr. Noah, like we get paid from him," and so on and so forth.
So when you know they get paid, why didn't you go and talk to Dr. Novak? Why didn't you don't get paid?
But I wasn't sure if I should get paid or not. Like,
if you are anything I'm asking you is I'm not sure. That is not a good thing after 2 years to say that you're not sure. So I'm not blaming you, but I'm trying to understand where things gone wrong. It's not one thing wrong. First thing, heading on to Dr. Kim is the first step. I say is a very serious thing went wrong because it doesn't match your research with research. There's no even close close proximity, still you guys work together for 8 months, which is a very strange to me. Then you're saying that he kind of asked you to leave and find and work with. There is also kind of, if there is no reason, there is no explanation given to you, and he just said, okay, today my student go and work with. That doesn't make any sense to me. So,
Me either.
and then you move to him and you start working with Dr. Novak, and Novak never sat down really with you and try to see what your progress is.
Yeah. I sent some emails asking him about like let's meet or let's do this or that. If he replied was could you be more specific? I think it's a grammar issue. So he was making fun of my English probably. And he even said that in person. So that wasn't just written. That was a personal thing. So he made it very clear multiple times. He would come with that. Oh, excuse me, what you're saying? Maybe it's a grammar issue.
Okay, listen, I don't know, my job is to collect the information. I'm not asking for videotape or this, I'm not a legal guy, and that's not my job. I'm trying to understand where things went wrong, and why even you didn't ask for money. That's very unusual for
Because
me.
where I came from, you pay university and you don't get any money back. You just deliver your research and
Even when you know your other friends getting paid.
independent, because some of them has different assistantships than you. So there are many different assistantships. So
What do you mean many different assistants?
you could help professor to mark exams.
No, those GA, that's
Those are
different.
GA.
Yeah, but not where it came from. Like those are tasks, right? So you get paid by specific tasks and duties. So one duty is like I need to help professor to prepare the class. So you go
Those are
and
teaching
separate
related.
equipment.
Those are teaching related, that's what we call GA, graduate assistant.
Yes.
But this is nothing to do with teaching, as in this is for
The
doing the
research.
actual research, which is a job, really. It's a different job.
I asked them to if they would pay me something to me, and the only thing they
So
like
you asked
Ask
them
who?
who?
I asked Dr. Kim,
Oh.
but Dr. Kim was a bit different because, as I said, he would come with personal requests, not really like professional requests.
When you ask him money, what did he say?
There were this one project that I did with him about a CAD design. He said, "Can you draw this?" It was from another student's project, and he said, "I will pay you. I will pay you." And I designed, and he said, "I don't like it. I wanted to redesign." And I
That's
kept
different,
doing
That's
it.
not related to it.
Yeah. But I kept doing it, and at the end, he said, "All right, I'm gonna pay you." And it took him like 4 months to pay me. At the end, when I left him, he said, I'm depositing that money, but I don't
So
think
he finally paid you some money.
Yeah.
But he said
But
he
that is
didn't.
not related with the.
Yeah, it's kind of as I said, like a
It's
personal
like
thing.
Personal, yeah.
Can I ask you how much he got?
$400.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah.
So basically, he never paid you a research assistantship,
No,
and you didn't. Even if you ask him.
I wasn't sure if I should ask him about something. I don't want to keep going for like professor. Hey, could you pay me some money for,
That's normal, though.
I don't know.
Let me back in. Maybe I'm not trying to get his side, but maybe because the RA assistantship wasn't mentioned on the letter, that's why you never asked.
Could be.
No, RA
Or-
assistantship usually it doesn't come with this letter.
Oh, it doesn't go
No,
with
so
that.
usually the professor will write a letter.
But did you get
Yeah,
that
and
letter?
that not just that looks wrong. When I came here, I got some letters from the MN course, and I'm an MSc student. And I went to Angela, and he said, "No, forget about it." And they scrubbed something into the system. So I still might get the letters, but I can't. It doesn't. Or maybe I get errors now. But I still have the letters on my documents.
So did you apply for both programs?
No. I just applied for MSc since the beginning for one course. For one thing, I applied. I paid the fees for the application. I paid the tuition. I came to Canada. I started researching. I started visiting Dr. Kim at his every Friday, and I also had the seminars. So I kept asking, what should I do? And
Okay. So anyway, so basically when you asked to change the supervisor, the only option was given to you is Dr. Colin Novak, and he did not. So he said otherwise you will be expelled. Then when you went to Colin Novak, you did not ask him why I'm pushing on to you, and you did not ask him why.
I thought that was actually his personal request, because as I said, he took it maybe personally. I don't know. That's assumption of mine.
Presumption is not, I can presume.
No, I never asked him why he was the only professor willing to take me.
And you didn't ask for money, and you didn't
No, I
ask
never
for any
asked for money.
specific project.
No, I just said to him I wanted to research this because this was mentioned in my letter of entry letter,
There's
and
no research written in here.
No, I have. Do you want me to print it? I
So
have
what letter is talking?
his
the application letter
application.
when you apply to the
Oh,
university.
okay, when you apply this.
Yes,
So he said that you can work with me on this.
yes,
The
But-
research intent.
yes.
But then you and him never had a specific area. That's a very generic. Right?
Yeah, and as I was saying, like the only document he ever sent me was 2-3 days ago, with a research from another student he had, and I even replied to him like saying if you provided those documents early on, I might have
So now
Have
what
had
is
a
the issue
better-
with him that your concern is what? Like you're not progressing, you don't know when you get.
no. My concern is I have worked very much since September last year on that research.
What's research? Did you have a title for the research or the?
Yeah,
some
I have a
objective?
title. I have everything. I have
And that
already
was-
worked a very
that
like I have about
title-
80 pages.
No, it's okay, but the title and the objective and the goal scope was approved or discussed with Colin Nova
I even had
seminar.
the meeting. I have already had the seminar, and I have already had the
When was this seminar done?
a while ago. I can look over if you want.
I'm trying to understand. I'm not blaming you. Just don't understand. I'm trying to understand how come this thing can go that high.
Yeah. No,
You
but
know, I
I want to give you as much detail as I can.
No, I understand. You cannot remember. Maybe may not be all remember all. I'm trying to understand. Why? Like he already also had this thesis seminar. That's what he's saying.
What?
I already have the thesis seminar for the students, and I already have defended my. I have already had the meeting with the committee.
For the seminar?
The thesis.
The thesis? Oh, you already have your committee
The
form?
thesis. No, the committee. I don't know what's the committee form.
No, for seminar, he doesn't have to have a committee form.
Mm.
So in the seminar, the idea is you go and no seminar. You need a committee. Without committee, you cannot do that.
I don't know. I did the seminar first, and then the committee meeting.
Committee will. So similar, the idea is this is my topic, this is my previous research people found it, this is what I'm gonna do it, and this is the scope, this is the
And
timeline.
he's done with that.
He's saying he's done, but his committee is not formed. That's not possible.
Huh?
No, I have a formed committee.
Do you have?
See,
Yes.
that's what I asked. Do you have? Yeah, I just asked you.
No, I thought it was a different
So who-
document.
who
It's
do you
a
So you have
form.
your your advisor, your secretary.
Yeah, I
and
have
all.
the committee
Who
form.
is in the committee in your committee?
Dr. Cherniev.
Oh, sure.